The world is constantly telling you to elongate, elongate, and that leads to some of the worst outfits I've ever seen. There is nothing wrong with being short, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can actually make this one of your best features instead of hiding from it. My name is Ellie-Jean, I'm a style analyst. On this channel, we find our style by finding ourselves. So in the Body Matrix, which is my style system, you can learn more about it here. This is a framework I came up with, which is all the underlying principles of different style systems that I've worked with, which is wide versus narrow, long versus short, and round versus straight. So to be categorized as short, it usually means you have a short height, which is 5'4" and under. You can be taller, but it's unusual. In addition to this, you will have a short vertical line, which means you either look short or you look shorter than you are. You would also need short features, so you'd need short limbs, so short arms and legs, and generally have a small, compact appearance. I personally fall somewhere between short and medium. Even though I'm 5'2", I have a slightly longer vertical line than my actual height. Most people think I'm about 5'4" without actually knowing my height, so I very much border that line. You might hear me refer to myself as either. Now, in terms of Kibbe, being short usually means being one of the types which has a height restriction of 5'6" and under. So that's soft natural, soft classic, flamboyant gamine, soft gamine, theatrical romantic. You can be short, so you could be 5'3" and still be a dramatic if you had a long vertical line. If you've got no idea what I'm talking about, watch this video on Kibbe body types to catch up to speed. Being short in Kibbe is something different to being petite. Only certain types are petite in Kibbe, and this means not just that you have short bones, but you also have narrow bones. And those types are flamboyant gamine, soft gamine, theatrical romantic, and dramatic. With all of that said, these are the 5 things that I would not recommend if you are short. 1. Oversized shapes. An oversized jacket, for example, or blazer, or really baggy trousers will overwhelm your frame. Because you are small, you look better in lines which are fitted and also small and short. Wearing something large and baggy will drown you. With that said, if you wanted to break this rule, you'd look at someone like the Olsen twins, who are known for wearing very oversized, long draped shapes. This frequently overwhelms their frame, but they're trying to look avant-garde and kind of high fashion rather than necessarily letting themselves shine. They want their clothes themselves to shine. They are the star of the show, not the wearers. Number 2, big jewelry. So large earrings, chunky bracelets, that kind of thing. Large, big, oversized, exaggerated jewelry will look more costumey than cool and edgy against you, just because they add some contrast and they fit the kind of quirky, crazy vibe of the gamine. But generally, if you're short, large, long shapes will not look your best. 3, long lines. This kind of goes without saying. Generally, people think this means no maxi lengths, but you can wear a maxi length if you're short. It just means you'll look more formal. I like to see 3 points for assessing length: your hip, your knee, and your ankle. If you're short and you suit short lines, if you're wearing a jacket, for example, you'd want it to be above the hip point. If you're wearing a dress, kind of a mid-length skirt, you want it to be above the knee, and if you were going to wear a maxi length, which would be a more formal look for you, you'd want it above the ankle. Anything longer will drown you and swallow your frame. 4, unbroken lines. If you're short, you want to create little sections in your outfit that break up your look, rather than having one long shape. So this could mean having your top half be one colour and your bottom half be another colour. It could mean literally having separate pieces like a crop top and a mini skirt. It could mean something like layering a turtleneck underneath a little strappy dress. So you're creating a section here, here, here. You've got 3 sections rather than one. That can be very flattering, depending on the rest of your shapes, of course. But generally, broken lines echo the shortness in your frame, and it makes you look more balanced. And number 5 would be chunky shoes. Rather than adding height, a chunky shoe is going to look out of proportion with the rest of your frame. And it will begin to look costumey rather than edgy or cool. It will actually make you look cuter and smaller. If you really want to break one of these rules, I would recommend pairing it with other things you like. So I thought I would show you some examples using pictures donated by you guys. Thank you so much to everyone who has donated photos. They are so helpful for me putting videos together. And if you want to donate yours, there's a link in the description. So let's start with Paloma. Paloma is 5'2". She has a short vertical line. The first outfit we're going to look at is one of her in this animal print skirt. This is a long line on her. It's kind of like a midi length. It's below the knee, and the top also has a long line. Even though it's somewhat broken by the belt, it's not a very convincing cut, and that top ends below her hip. Now the skirt, especially paired with the kind of long ankle boots, makes her legs look very short and out of proportion. It drowns her and looks heavy against her. Whereas when we compare to this shorter skirt or potentially pair of shorts, which are kind of oversized, because that's her style, she likes fun, playful, kind of avant-garde street style looks, so It's not necessarily a bad thing that she's playing with her best lines a little bit, but because this is shorter, it looks a lot more airy. I also wanted to compare with this dress, which is technically a maxi length, but it's above the ankle, so it looks that little bit lighter. Now, I would say here that kind of long length paired with the oversized nature of the dress does drown her a bit, but that length is certainly not the problem. And in look with trousers for Paloma, she's wearing this long suit style pair of trousers, which again drowns her and makes her look disproportionate, whereas in this outfit with jeans, which are more on the ankle and just that little bit shorter, especially when paired with that belt which breaks the outfit into sections, she looks a lot cooler and more harmonious. It looks a lot more effortless. Our next example is Melanie. She's 4'11" with a short vertical line, and in this long dress, she looks completely swamped. It's a beautiful dress, but it's not highlighting her, whereas in this shorter dress, which has an asymmetric hem and is therefore above the knee, she looks a lot more at home. And lastly, we have Ashley, who's 5'4", which is a more moderate height, but again with a short vertical line. And in this long pair of trousers, which goes beyond her ankle, it makes her look shorter, and it somewhat drowns her frame, whereas again, in this very cool pair of shorts, she looks so cool, so effortless. It doesn't look like a practical tourist outfit, which I suspect it is. Instead, she looks cool, it looks intentional, and she looks really at home. Just one more example here with Ashley. She's wearing this long, very formal maxi dress, which is one long unbroken line, and although this looks fine, you can't really see what's special about her. Whereas in this dress, which still has that long unbroken line, the length is shorter. It's above the ankle for a maxi length, and it makes her look lighter. It actually makes her look more springy. And she looks a lot more at home. She looks like herself, not like she's trying to wear somebody else's clothes. I really hoped this helped. If you found this interesting, you should absolutely subscribe to Style Scholars. If you subscribe free, there is a worksheet based on this topic that you can do. And if you want to become a paid member to support this channel, you get an extra Q&A all about this topic. The link will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. And if you'd like to learn more about this topic, I think you will enjoy this video on being petite. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time.